Hi everyone, I enjoyed getting to know you a little bit in week 1 and reading through your discussion posts and learning a little bit about your interests related to geospatial technologies. This week we'll be continuing some of those themes of how geography connects to geospatial technologies, but we'll be doing a couple more hands-on assignments than we did last week. In particular this week, we are going to spend a lot of time thinking about how the internet and the ability to share data and communicate information on websites has really changed how we understand the world around us. We're going to read about the volunteer geographic information and crowdsourcing data where people that aren't trained in these geospatial technologies can contribute information and contribute data to larger projects. One particular website that I really like to look at is inaturalist.org. This website allows you to take a picture of any plant or animal that you find anywhere in the earth, take a picture of it, upload it to the website, and if you know what it is, you can enter species information, or you can ask people, what am I looking at? When you do that, you are allowing your phone to geolocate where you found this species, and then geotag where it was. So we can see all the animals within San Diego County if we wanted, or all of the lizards, or a specific type of flower. So it's a really powerful, cool app that you can use, and you can also download that data for free and use it if you want to look at specific species of animals. I'm sure you're used to using a lot of apps like this, so you may not have used iNaturalist before, but you have a lot of apps on your smartphone that geotag and geolocate where you are. So you may want to take a minute just to go through your phone and see what's on there, just to get an idea of how geographic information is really used. At the end of this week, the assignments, you'll really be getting a chance to try some of the free resources for mapping, map making, communicating data. Specifically, you'll be using Google Earth Pro and you'll be using ArcGIS Online. So take some time getting familiar with those resources. To close the week, we'll end on our big discussion question and the section in the textbook about data privacy. Just because we can communicate where we are at any minute, at any point on the Earth's surface, should we? Who should have access to this data? How do we protect that data? We'll get a chance to really dig into these questions in the discussion. So enjoy the week.